Welcome to the YAP Chat, the podcast where youth ambassadors share their stories of leadership and service.
Hi, my name's Allison Brown, and I'm part of the Toys for Tots Youth Ambassador program. Welcome to YAP Chat, and this is my story with Toys for Tots.
Can you share how your family first got involved with Toys for Tots and what drew you to the mission?
Yeah, so it all started with this little scouting group that we do. It's called American Heritage Girls. The mission of the program is raising women of integrity through God, family, community, and country. And we do a lot of community service through that. And so one of the things that we got invited to one year was Toys for Tots. And it was like 2018. Mm-hmm. And we had started distribution, so you're helping taking people around and shopping. It was really, really fun. And then we kept coming back every single year. And then when I was going into my freshman year, our coordinator at the time told me about this new program that they were doing called the Youth Ambassador program, and that he was going to nominate me for it. And I was like, okay, that sounds kind of cool, that might be interesting. And then after he had nominated me, we heard that I had won it, and I was a youth ambassador, and I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? So I had to navigate a whole year doing youth ambassador things, and we had already been involved with the program, so it was really easy to plan things. It was really, really fun. And then the next year, my mom took over as the coordinator for our campaign, there it is. And now we're all just super involved with it. Emmy's a youth ambassador now, and even Dad, who's Army, loves it.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that anybody wants to share, kind of their experience getting into it? Because I know that once Mom took over, it became a whole different animal, right?
Voluntold
a lot,
full
right?
force.
Okay, all right. So, Mom, as the coordinator, what has been the most rewarding part of leading the local campaign, for your area and Centerville, right? Centerville?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Centerville is one tiny town we actually cover 5 counties of the midshore of Maryland. And I think the most rewarding thing that we've gotten out of it as a family is how much time we spend together as a family through Toys for Tots, but also growing this campaign. So we've over doubled our size, and this will be our 3rd year. And then we just the stories we get back from families about gifts and toys, and grandmas. We have a lot of grandparents that have custody of their grandkids, and I think that's really special, is emails and cards and things that we're getting after Christmas time that are pictures of the kids with their toys, and just the thankfulness and the gratitude of people in our local community. So it's really like a farm town where we live. So everything is about family and community. And that's what we're trying to create with Midshore Toys for Tots.
Cool.
And I think what's really great about the campaign is not only has it grown, but the people that want to volunteer, we've been able to, through our family connections, bring a more youthful volunteer base to the campaign, and just expand just the impact locally that really does provide such a great outreach to the need of the community. And so it's been fun to see other families through American Heritage Girls, and just family friends that have since volunteered themselves and and countless hours throughout the year to help the program as it's continued to grow.
Okay, awesome. What has being a youth ambassador meant to you? What has it shown you? How has it helped you grow?
Yeah.
Those sort of things. What are the things that stand out? You know?
I get this question a lot, and I think it's really evolved over my 4 years of being a youth ambassador, because if you had asked me 3 years ago, I would have been like, well, I really have a heart for service, so making a bigger impact and help it, because I just love service. I just love doing service, community service, any kind of service. But now, really being a mentor now for the past 2 years, it's really making an impact on younger kids, and how showing them how they can make it their own, while also following in the footsteps of many other amazing people. If you really love General Lassiter and you love what he's pushing as a year-round force for good, how can you make that impact in your community? And yeah, that's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense.
And I think people starting to recognize Allie outside of like other things. We Avery plays soccer, and on the soccer field the other day, a little girl went running by, and as in a game, it was like, "You came to my school in red," and I was like, Allie was the one that came to her school in red at a Title I school, and she got to take home a book. And so, how fun is that? That even in a soccer uniform, she knows who we are. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, kind of a local celebrity, right?
I guess.
Well, I mean, now you're going to be a national celebrity because you are the Youth Ambassador of the Year.
Yeah.
And what does that really mean to you? And how do you feel that you achieve that? You know, because none of the Youth Ambassadors know who's going to be Youth Ambassador of the Year,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's through what you're doing in your community. It's how you're, portraying yourself as a face for Toys for Tots. So how do you feel like what you've done over the last year and several years has allowed you to become Youth Ambassador of the Year this year?
Yeah, so really like what it makes me feel is really grateful that like the people at Toys for Tots recognize like my hard work and like what I've put into it the past 4 years. And like it just makes me want to keep going with the program, really. Like I know that I'm aging out, but obviously I'll still probably come back for like distribution and events and help Emmy plan all of her things because I just love it. And what it means to me, gosh, like it's just like such an honor, like really like what literally all I can express is gratitude, like for real. Because I put like hours of work into planning events and having people like volunteers come to distribution and like buying teen gifts every year and like having people donate to me, making Amazon wish lists, like, and I think like it's really hard because there's a lot of things that go into being a youth ambassador. Like you have to plan events and you have to do the monthly choice board and you have to attend all the meetings and like, you have to do all the things. And I think that like sometimes you can really see the ones who like go above and beyond on what they're just asked to do. Like obviously Janessa last year, like we all knew she was gonna be it because she's amazing. Hi Janessa. Anyways, but like you can just like you can always pick like a few out of the group who are like, wow, they're doing a really good job and like they should be recognized for that. So like me being picked out of the small group into just the one category means like a lot to me.
Oh, absolutely. And then being able to come out to St. Louis
Yeah.
and be a part of the training that we have out here with I think it's over 450 coordinators and all the Marine units. And we're going to have at least 2 generals here, so I mean, it's a huge event. It's annual training. So that means all the new coordinators, and I'm sure that you got to do this for your first time when you became a coordinator, come out and they learn everything. But then they learn about the Youth Ambassador program because they don't know about it yet, because they don't even know anything about what they're going to be, dived into, and so, how do you think that affects them as a coordinator, as you showing up and saying, hey, I'm Youth Ambassador of the Year, this is what I do, and you can find one yourself in your local community. How do you think that feels?
I think that like honestly, I think that most coordinators are going to be like really surprised about it and that they even have the opportunity to do that because like I feel like as a coordinator, especially like my mom being one, like I know that a lot of pressure goes on them to like plan distribution and have people host the distribution for us and like help us buy toys and donate and pick up boxes, and there's so many things that go into it. So like having a youth ambassador not necessarily like takes a load off of them, but gives them more time for them to work behind the scenes while the youth ambassador can like make the bigger impact like with the people, like make the connection with the people. Absolutely. I feel like is that like how my job really works, like with that, and like having Emmy do that as well, like us being kind of like not necessarily like the faces, but like we're the people who like are like, please raise money for us, like give us these, like you should come pick up boxes with us, it's really fun, you should come to distribution, while my mom is like the one putting in all the hard work, like where are we gonna have the distribution? Who's going to volunteer, like, know?
And I would say to any new coordinator coming in for the Youth Ambassador program, one of the things that General Lassiter said at the first training session today was think of branding beyond toys. And a Youth Ambassador is a great brand ambassador for you, for Toys for Tots. Like this children helping children message that Toys for Tots is trying to grow is just a great piece to add to your campaign. Like Allie's children events, people love them. More adults came to our Christmas in July kids bingo than they brought kids, right? Like, because they just want to be a part of Toys for Tots and something fun that this girl's planning.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
And I also think that the Youth Ambassador program is so impactful throughout the year because they can do events throughout the year and take the load off of a lot of the volunteers that are so focused on the distribution aspect of the program. And so I think the literacy program and other events that can happen through the summer when they're off from school can be so impactful that takes an additional augmentation to some of these local events that happen mainly in that kind of Christmas time frame. And so I've been pretty impressed to hear from Allie and other youth ambassadors anecdotally about some of the things they do year round that really do impact those local communities and those local campaigns. And it's been exciting to see it continue to grow through the Youth Ambassador program.
Oh yeah, because we have, I mean, our year-round program is expanding every year. It's getting bigger and bigger, and over the last couple of years, we've introduced our foster child initiative, which is huge, and it's growing and growing and growing. We also have an outdoor initiative that the general's kind of playing with right now, and wanting to see how well it can take off and combining that with other initiatives so that it's bringing the children outside and outdoors. And so I think those are fantastic programs that are going to really expand the overall Toys for Tots impact that we have. So you're coming up, you're going to be the next youth ambassador for your campaign. What is the most exciting thing about that? What is going to drive you this year to really do amazing things?
Well, Allie's probably going to be my main inspiration because, Youth Ambassador of the Year and all of that fancy stuff. But I really want to, I like Allie said, I do like service too, and I love seeing children's faces light up after their Christmas gifts. It's just so amazing to see what we do and how we help. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be a little deeper. So that's why I tried to become a youth ambassador. And even though I'm more of a follower, I'm going to try and be a leader for this because I want to be a inspiration for other children. So when the next generation of youth ambassadors come, they can always look up to other kids and see what they did and get inspired off of that.
Oh, absolutely. And then, I mean, going back to when you first started, were you a leader at that time?
Oh, probably not.
Right. So you're following in the right footsteps. You're doing the right things. I think you're gonna become just as amazing as Allie is. You've got great parents that are leading the way and showing you the path that you can go. And it is about growth. The Youth Ambassador program is not only just a program for children helping children, but it's about growing leadership in our community with the younger generations and showing that, hey, this is something that you can do later on in life. You can become a coordinator. Like we've talked to Janessa, she's like, oh, I don't have a campaign in that area. Well, guess what? You can do that because you've ran events and you know how the program works. So growing as a leader, I think, is going to be, one of the biggest parts for you. Because right now you say you're a follower, but really you've stepped into a leadership role already without even knowing it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be leading all of the other children that are in your area, the other youth that are your same age, and they're going to see you and they're going to go, wow, that's awesome. You are doing something so cool. You get to stand in front of a camera when the news comes around and talk to them, and you get to host all these events and help out other children that otherwise wouldn't receive a gift during the holiday season. So that's huge. It's a big thing. So I'm glad you're ready for that and excited, right? So how does having the entire family volunteering for Toys for Tots really kind of expand the mission, but also bring you guys together and just overall, what does it do for your guys' family growth?
So as a proud veteran, one of the things I think the cornerstone of our family has been focused on giving back to local communities, individuals that served, maybe passed away, law enforcement, first responders. It's a big part of what I believe is so important of making an impact locally. So from a service perspective, I couldn't be more proud of the entire family's involvement and impact locally, not just in Toys for Tots, but a variety of other ways we do that locally. Fallen soldiers that come through, we stand by the side of the roads. We honor those. We go to local events that support first responders and veterans. Could not be more proud of what Allie's done as a youth ambassador. And there's no doubt in my mind why she is the Youth Ambassador of the Year. Her growth and impact in so many different ways is just that continuation of the family's focus on service and local impact. And I believe it's such a great mission, and it's fun to foster new relationships in general. And again, from a family perspective, we've seen so many other families and involved individuals in our local community want to get involved, and it's really been because of Jamie as the coordinator and Allie as the youth ambassador. So they're a great 1-2 punch, but I think it's all focused on service, and I think it's a great impact.
And I think that we make decisions as a family, that we're a very close-knit family. We spend a lot of time together since I homeschool them. And when Greg Manning was the coordinator before me, when he asked, I don't know that he asked, he said, "You're going to take over this campaign." And I went home and told Mike, and then we talked to the girls, because it had to be a family decision, because it does take a lot of my time and a lot of our time as a family. And Allie will spend her 18th birthday this year at one of our biggest collection points, our Christmas parade, and that's just how it is, right? Because in December, that's what we do. We do Toys for Tots. So
October through December.
Yes, December's a hard push though. So, but as a family, we do it together, and I think that's the most important part.
So as the youngest member, I'm going to ask you the same question, but I'm going to phrase it a little bit different. How has it helped you connect more with your older siblings and your parents?
Well, I guess it's just like how my family responds to their following for Jesus, and they want to like help other people is more important to like the other people that my parents want to show and my sisters want to show their love, that everything's possible if you just put your mind and your heart to it, if you just believe that if you can do it, anything's possible.
All right. So you're gonna be a youth ambassador as well then, right?
3 years.
Yeah. Let's talk about a particular moment in a past holiday season that you guys really stands out in your mind. And I know we kind of talked about it briefly yesterday. You can use that one. You can use a different one. Whatever's really stands out for you guys as a family thing. Let's talk about that. Let's see what that story is.
I don't know. There's like so many.
You want to go Key Bridge, or you want to go like
Both?
All right. Why don't you share the Key? Or you want me to start with the Key Bridge?
Yeah, probably.
One of our favorites from last year, or hardest, I might. We're from Maryland, and the Key Bridge was hit, and it fell, and 3 people perished. And one request that came in last year, an application came in, and it was a family of one of the ones, the dads that had passed away. And their daughter is special needs, and they, she was like, I don't even know if this is possible, but I've been looking, and I've been trying to save money and get her a Nintendo Switch, because her therapist thinks that's something for her hands, and those aren't the kind of donations we get. But Allie had gotten donations through her Youth Ambassador program, and so she decided.
Yeah, we went to Walmart on Black Friday. We were just, around shopping on Black Friday, and they had a Nintendo Switch, and it was like on sale, and I was like, we should get it for like the little girl. And then we like bought it, obviously, but then we like wrapped it up in like gold paper, and the mom came to distribution, and it was like in the back. Yeah, we didn't tell her, and it was in the back, and I went and like grabbed it, and I was like, here's like a little present for you, and she was like, okay, and she like opened it up, and she was like, oh my gosh, and then she was crying, and then we were crying, and then after Christmas, she sent us like pictures of her daughter like opening it and being like so happy and so excited that she had gotten what she really wanted. And it made me like really happy to like make someone like make someone's Christmas that special. Like it just like you feel it in your heart. Like you feel like you did good.
Like it was going to be a hard Christmas for them.
Yeah.
And to make it a little easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's devastating. I'm local to the area, and I watched it on the news when it was happening, and
Right.
it was just insane. You know, and I didn't realize that you guys were, impacted. Your campaign area was impacted by that. You know, so that's insane. That's amazing that you're able to do something like that too. Able to do special requests on not the regular, but very very much individually, given out stuff like that. So. And then you said maybe you had another one?
So we have a local family, the Bradshaw family. They just came to us a few years ago and said, we want to do a bike drive for you. And they put it out through social media, their own social media pages.
Their
and,
network of friends.
And Bradshaw Bike Drive for Midshore Toys for Tots. And the first year, I think they collected 80 some bikes.
82 or something.
And then last year it was like 113 bikes. But they... we decided to do it as a lottery program because we had never had that amount of bikes. And so we put out a deck of cards. Every person that comes in draws a card. You get a royal. We yell, you get a bike. It's this big thing. Everyone cheers. It's really, really fun. And so this one mom came in and she picked a royal and won a bike. And so kind was like, I'm so sorry. My son has special needs and he'll never be able to ride a two-wheel bike. He would need, but he's I think he was 14, but she said, and he's really tall, and he would need an adult-sized bike. And so we started chatting as she was going around, how sweet of her to give up this bike, and we started looking into what an adult tricycle would look like and cost, which is above the cost of what a coordinator can spend on a bike. And so when I brought it to the Bradshaws last year as they were starting their bike drive, Lauren was like, give me a minute. Let me see what I can do. Let me see. And she calls me and she's like, someone donated a adult-sized trike, has a basket on the back. Like,
oh, wow.
It was fancy.
It was really
really cool blue color. And so in our distribution, I knew that mom was coming Monday night, so we kind of like held the line a little bit when she checked in, rolled that bike in so that when we opened the doors for her to walk in, she saw the bike. And then she just stood outside in the cold. And we were like, come in, you have to check in. And then we still made her pick a card. There was just one card on the table. And we all yelled, you get a bike.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were like, can you get this bike home? So thankfully she had a truck. But Christmas Day, two things, she sent us an email with pictures of her son on the bike and riding the bike. And he, like we all love Chick-fil-A, right? So he is employed by Chick-fil-A and he can ride his bike like on back through parking lots from their apartment and ride his bike to work. And Chick-fil-A like lets him lock it up. And then we just saw them recently at our Queen Anne's County Fair, our local fair. And she introduced him to us, and he was shaking all of our hands. And
He loved the promo.
yes, he loved to pop it.
It was just so cute.
It's just so sweet. And her gratitude for us is just, and she's like telling everyone, come meet my friends from Toys for Tots. And
everyone that walks by.
It's those moments, all that hard work is worth it, right?
Yes.
That
Right.
impact, the true, like, you're making a true moment in this person and kid's life that is so impactful, you don't realize that ripple effect for them. And so as a family, it's fun to have these wonderful sharing stories that are so impactful to people in our local community, in our backyard. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Is like it all stays local,
Right.
right? We're not a major corporation that brings all the toys in and then sorts them out and then gives them out to certain areas. It is literally locally grown, driven, donated, everything, and it's because of volunteers like yourselves that make this happen. Because there's 30 people on staff at the foundation. That's it. But there's 800, and I think this year, I thought it was 880 this year.
The slides.
Oh, the slides say 76? Okay. I didn't know if we had approved the other 4 yet. So that's a lot of people. If you think about it, that's only 876 liters
Right.
and then however big their campaign is,
Right.
how many volunteers they have.
Right.
You know, so it's huge. It's so much more of an impact than people understand. You know, so looking ahead, what are your plans for the upcoming holiday campaign, and how are you? What kind of events are you doing to get the community involved and all that stuff? And as a youth ambassador and as a coordinator, you know, and as an upcoming youth ambassador, you know, because you were selected for this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're it.
She's in.
You're it. You're out. After the season.
Yeah, you have to stay.
You got a mentor for a little
I know, the
while.
whole year.
Yeah.
I know, I have
So,
to be mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a few events coming up that are just, so first
Yeah,
is,
because, I mean, campaign starts October 1st. So Christmas starts October 1st, no matter how much Dad wants to be a Grinch and wait till December. So we have another kids bingo, because we did a Christmas in July bingo, and we had like a great turnout for that. So we were like, you know what, let's do it again. And we're doing that in October. So we're planning for that.
and that's
It's really fun.
The kids bring a $10 value toy, and that gets them a bingo card, and it's 10 games of bingo.
Awesome.
And then we have toys, like, we try to do family games, and they get to pick their, so they call bingo. We have a ton of family games.
Yep.
Advent calendars tend to be a really popular choice
Yep.
of gift. And so, and then we have like fun little games happening and food per purchase that the American Legion donates back to our campaign. So
Yeah.
that's a fun kid fundraiser we do. Another thing that, because of American Heritage Girls, it's a faith-based scouting group we do. Our troop is about 60 girls, so we offer service hours to those girls to come help, because we let our family shop. So that is, we need lots of shoppers. And then some of the girls' very good friends do Sea Cadets, which
Yep.
is like a
It
youth.
feeds into the Navy.
Yeah, it's the youth program for the Navy. And then what's the other one in Easton? We actually have two
Civil Air Patrol.
Yes.
They
So-
come and help. They help like with the really heavy boxes, like Sea Cadets. You know, like the guys are like, yeah, we'll carry in like all the heavy boxes with all the
And the
toys and
bikes.
like
Yes, and they help us.
Bikes.
They help us give out all those bikes that we've collected.
Yep.
I really love when one of them picks them up and the bottom falls out the box.
It helps save all of us older guys' backs through the
100%.
season.
Yeah.
Right.
We got to use the youth while we can.
Yeah. So, but on the upside of having Allie and then her friends that do all of these other programs, then it
Yeah.
was like, all right, Morgan, can you ask the Sea Cadets can come? Rowan, can you ask Civil Air Patrol?
My
So-
best friend does Sea Cadets, and then her little brother does Civil Air Patrol. So like having both of them be like, hey, there's like service hours that you guys can come do. So
Yeah.
like
And
having
4-H,
that.
4-H kids, we do
4-H
get kids.
come a lot because of the fair we're there, and they're like, oh wait, we can
Service
come to this.
hours,
Like
yes.
yeah, service hours
Absolutely.
like great.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we do 2 distributions, one in Easton, which is in Talbot County that we cover, and then one in Centerville, which is in Queen Anne's County. So 2 of the 5 counties is where we do distribution out of. So we're kind of like a traveling road show at Chris that week. So
But it is great to see, though, like I'd mentioned before, what's great is all of this youth coming into it, because when we first volunteered, it was mainly a lot of like American Legion members.
Right.
And so they tended to be on the older side, right? And so, you know, and some of them are retired, so they had flexibility in their schedule. But now the impact, because of some of the more youthful involvement in our program, I mean, you look around the room, the average age that's helping is almost in the teens or 20s nowadays than it was before, which is, it's really great to see.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you need all the volunteers you can get. I mean,
Yeah.
how many? About how on average? What's your average toy count for the year?
I think last year we were at 5 toys a child, but that included a family game and a book
Okay.
And a stuffed animal.
and a stuffed animal.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And how many families do you help?
families, I think we were at just over 1,000 last year. We did just over 2,300 kids.
Oh, wow.
And I took over. We did the year I took over. We did the year before I took over. Greg ran 948 kids, and last year we did 2,315
That's a big increase.
in 2 years.
It did
That's a
help
big
that we
increase.
stopped using newspapers and we started using technology.
and a lot of campaigns, you know, because they're small areas, you know, they rely on whatever they have in the area, you know, or whoever's volunteering.
Right.
So bringing in youthful, you know, family
Right.
really, you know, can expand dramatically. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
It's just tremendously.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And
you
it's
know.
simply like,
Making
Allie,
an event
take,
on Facebook.
Yeah, like Allie, take our Toys for Tots Facebook page and make a post for me that I can share across the 5 counties pages.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and
and that really helps.
It really does. And we've gone to all online, which has helped tremendously as well because people can just sign up from their phones, get a pickup
absolutely.
time,
Yep.
and just come. So that's helped tremendously. People were just missing it all the time because it was being sent in the mail, and they just moved too often to send paper letters.
Yeah.
So
And our new app also probably helps out tremendously as
I'm
well
super
because
excited.
It'll geotag the locations for drop-offs.
Yep.
It'll give an actual address for your collection, your warehouse.
Yep.
You know, and then in the future, I don't want to give anything away, but it'll be definitely more of a robust app to where, you know, you have the potential of applications going through there, you know, people getting those notifications, hey, this is your pickup time. You know, there's a lot more that we can do with it, and we're working towards that. You know, our IT department is fantastic in what they do.
Right.
You know, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, all the technology that we can bring into this and expand.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what helped us really kind of reach 13 million children last
Right.
year. You know, was the expansion of our website, expansion of our app, you know, and the Youth Ambassador program was a, you know, huge success and has been for the last 4 years. You know,
sure.
once it started, and then now we're just keep growing with it.
Yeah.
So, any other major events that you guys got going on?
Oh, we have our quarter auction. That's one of the new events that we have this year because we have a really big auction normally in like April where we raise like a lot of money for like when we start to like go buy toys throughout the year. And I just like it's such a great event, and like there's so many, like we sell it last year we sold over like 150 tickets or something like that to that, and at like our really small legion that was a lot of people. And so we were like, let's do a quarter auction because like, you know, people love the auction, so let's do another one like in November. And so we have one coming up in November that's going to be really fun to plan, and I'm really excited for that. And then every year we do our local Christmas parade, so they have like the local news there, and they have like all the floats. It's like at the high school, like we go big loop around the town, and it's really fun to have drop-offs there because we get a lot of donations, and the people on our local news are so, oh my gosh, I love them so much, and they're like, come donate, we have a box literally right next to us, like,
yeah.
I love it.
And American Heritage Girls like has a float.
Yeah, our American Heritage Girls troop has a float, so
Yeah.
it's fun. As like we're all in our Toys for Tots garb, running up to all the floats, taking toys.
Yep. People like, yeah, because we were at the like judges stand last year's where we were standing, and they would like run up and like give us all their toys, and like I don't know what it was, maybe it was like a Boy Scouts troop, and they were
high school.
yeah, and they were bringing bikes with them. They had like 2 bikes, and they were running the bikes with the whole like loop, and then they were like here, and we were like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you had these bikes the whole time. Like you walked the whole loop with these kid bikes, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it your guys' campaign might need this coming season? You know, obviously you can't tell how many gifts you're going to collect, and you always need more gifts. But you guys are good on a warehouse space.
We have donated storage spaces. Yeah,
Okay.
that is. Although, I mean, I always need more space.
Okay. All right.
You should see our basement.
Right, and we really try. I have a co-coordinator. She is fabulous. Her name's Lori, and the running joke is that I am the people. Every application, every phone call, every person runs through me. I handle all that, all the setting up of talking to people. Lori handles all the money. Any check donation that comes through goes straight to Lori.
And toys.
and Miss Lori keeps account of all our toys. She, like, if you ask that toy count number, she would know all the things. So she with funds, Midshore Toys for Tots is what we call ourselves. We really try to keep all of our funds local and spend them local because that's really important to our community. And so one of the things we tried last year, which we'll see how it goes, we did not rent a U-Haul to move our boxes in our traveling roadshow, and we just used people with trucks and trailers. And I thought it was a good old time. But that is something like, not everybody has a truck and a trailer, and not everybody can drop in the middle of a Tuesday and help me move 400 boxes of toys.
Right.
So that is the funds for a U-Haul is where, like, because I really like to spend, and Lori especially likes to spend our money on toys and getting toys to kids.
Well, that's the goal, right?
Right. So
That's
like
the goal.
what and
so where you can save money by doing alternative things,
Yes.
you know.
yes.
So maybe a sponsorship.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Maybe something comes out of this and say, hey, somebody watches this and says, oh, they just need a U-Haul for the season. Cool.
Yep, the biggest one they got.
Boom.
Well, I was
Let's
gonna add too, like ancillary stuff like boxes of trash bags cost a lot, and so like instead of being able to buy toys or rent a U-Haul, like we'd love to have more of a local impact from a toys perspective. So finding those people in the community that can offer some additional funds to offset some of those notional costs just means more toys and impact locally. So those are some of the, I would say those are some of the needs for our campaign, because it's a fairly large campaign. It's grown a lot, and so having those resources is just extra money that takes away from the distribution capability.
Absolutely.
What's that?
Sometimes it's teen stuff too.
Oh,
'Cause
teen stuff.
We
Yeah.
usually get,
But
like,
that's really what I've been focusing on,
Yeah.
is getting more teen items, because I mean, one of the first years we volunteered, we would take them to the teen table and it was like nail polish and like a little kid's like Claire's like makeup set, and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah. Well, and
you
that's-
know what 17-year-old is gonna want like nail polish? Like some 17-year-olds, but I love nail polish. But like you know, every single year for Christmas, you're gonna get nail polish, like a pot of nail polish. Like, so like one of my like initiatives when I first started was like, I'm gonna make this teen table. Like we're gonna make it like amazing. Like it's gonna be like, wow, that's really cool. Like that's a lot of stuff that my teen would like. So like last year I think was like our best year. We got so many teen items, like blankets, like Lego sets, like
guns.
water bottles, Nerf guns, like all the makeup bags, hair dryers, hair like curlers, like all of the things, because like we're serving that teen table. It's like 14 to 17, yeah, 18, yeah, 14 to 18, and that's a 4-year gap. So like a 14-year-old might still like the nail polish and the makeup, while the 17-year-old might need like a makeup storage or like maybe a hair like a curler, like, and we were even doing like little, we had like little like travel sets too, like we had like a little like
Yeah.
suitcase set
Yeah.
for like, you know, like some people might be going to like different parents' houses, or maybe they're about to go to college and they need luggage, like,
Or
Yeah.
things I think that
oh, and tents too,
Right, beyond-
yeah,
I was
tents
gonna say.
and fishing kits, and
Yeah.
because we, you know, Maryland, they're so southern, they like to hunt fish.
I was gonna say beyond toys, get outside, and those teens, they do want to hunt and fish and maybe camp, or maybe,
Yeah.
and so those are items that I think people don't think about for Toys for Tots.
Right, absolutely. You know, and that's the key is so utilizing social media, utilizing your youth and your connections, and saying, hey, everybody, you know, that's, you know, at your school or whatever. I mean, not at school, your homeschool, but in your group, that, you know, hey, this is what we need this year. You know, is there, you know, put it out there.
Yeah.
Even if you just share it
Yeah.
and say, hey, this is what we need. You don't have to necessarily donate it yourself, but getting the word out there allows other people to go, oh, okay, this is actually what they need, instead of just, you know, a stuffed animal.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
And-
Yeah, that was like one of my things was I made an Amazon wish list one year, and then like it like kind of like there were so many people buying it for me because I shared it on like all of the pages, like in our local, like all the 5 counties. I was like, hey, if you want to just buy something small for Toys for Tots this year, buy this like $10 book set, or buy this like, you know, like a whole, I put like, there was like a bazillion items on there, and I got a lot of donations through that. And then once I had like shared it in the Youth Ambassador corner, which was like our little like where we all like post all of our things and like talk about what's going on, and like if anybody needs help, like talk to us here. And I posted it there, and then on the next meeting, Mr. Mike Stuckey was like, Allie, I want to hear about that Amazon wish list you made. And I was like, oh, it was really like, that's really cool. And then like then he was like, how should other people use that? Like why, like blah blah blah. And then like the last 2 years, I've noticed like Miss Janelle from Kentucky, her Darby, one of the youth ambassadors, she also had one, and then like another person and another like had one, and they were posting it in the youth ambassador corner, and I was like, that's really cool that like I did something, and then now they realize that could really help them too, for like what they really need, like if they really needed teen stuff too, like it would be really helpful.
And like they also have like stocking stuffers, like they don't want like Barbie dolls
Yeah.
or like cheap nail polish, like little race cars, but like we got like teen stocking stuffers like Rubik's cubes and make face wash and like all this stuff.
Yeah, you guys are smart. I forgot about all that.
It's a blur of them.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, what advice would you give other families or other youths who are thinking about getting involved with Toys for Tots? Whether it's at a volunteer at the local chapter, becoming a coordinator, becoming a youth ambassador, becoming a dad that has all of this tasking to do, you're voluntold once again. What advice would you give to those individuals out there, and what are the best things about it?
I think if it's on your heart, do it. Like if you feel like pulled in the direction of maybe I should take over for a coordinator, like maybe I should be making more of an impact, or like if you like literally just want to volunteer, like that's also making an impact because you're like stepping up and help. Like for us, volunteers are everything because they're like shopping and they're helping us haul all the heavy boxes and they're giving bikes, like they're helping carry the bikes outside for people, and like we like really this is pushed by volunteers. Like this is literally a volunteer focused program. So like if it's on your heart, you should do it, because like that's what me personally, because I'm like maybe I should plan more events, or like maybe I should like do an event at a Title I school, like it was like for the Scholastic program, like when they were talking about that on a meeting, and I was like, that sounds like, because I love the literacy program. It's just like my favorite thing in the whole world during the month of February. That is, I'm the literal only person talking on the meeting because I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, you should do the literacy program. It's so much fun. I'm sure people are sick of me, but I like when they were talking about it, I was like, they're only asking for 5 youth ambassadors. I should probably be one of them. So like getting to spearhead that was like really, really cool, and like I was like, maybe I should do it. So that's what for me.
Right. And I would say for volunteers, if you want to get involved with Toys for Tots, reach out to your local coordinator. They always need help. Even if they don't shop and they bag for their people, they still need someone to bag. They still need someone to sort. They still need someone to count. We keep a count of every toy that comes through, right?
Yes.
So that we report it back to you guys. So there's lots of moving pieces. So, and it can be a family thing. Go as a family for 2 hours and watch. You'll stay for 4. Like it just happens. That's what happens there. I think if you're looking to be a coordinator, that is amazing and wonderful. And there is so much support, not just from the foundation, but all the coordinators. I met someone when I was here 2 years ago for my first training, and she's from Illinois, and she is my point person. She's not even in my region, but Jessica just makes it so easy to message her, and she's always willing to help. She's always, if she doesn't have an answer, she'll find me an answer. And then Jen is in Pennsylvania, and since we're in the same region, like those are just, and to be back here with them and to sit with them and share what we've done in the last 2 years together. So as they've grown and our campaign has grown, I think that I would love for there to be a coordinator in every county so that children, if we're missing them, and I know that's a far off vision, right?
It's not as far as you think.
Right.
We actually are in the high. I think we're in the high 90s.
I saw 91%.
Yeah.
So we're close.
We're in the 90s
right.
for covering the entire country.
That's amazing. But people are here to support you for Toys for Tots. That's what I love about it. There's one region campaign manager for each of us, but Karen, I email her, and it's not often that it's more than 2 hours before she emails me back, and it's what I need and more every time. Mm-hmm. So I think if that's on your heart to become a coordinator, there's no reason to hold back there, because the support is there for you.
Yeah.
And if you're a coordinator and you don't have a youth ambassador and you're like, I'm telling you, you're missing out, because these kids have ideas and have inspirations that I don't even think of. And she lives at home with me. So but her ideas, and then to be we should implement that and then see what it does in our community.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the way you grow.
Right.
Is you have to have fresh ideas, you have to have a fresh look at things. Mm-hmm. And you change it up a little bit, and hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and you move on to the next one.
Exactly.
And as a youth ambassador, you've learned that over the last 4 years, right?
Right.
Or 3? 4.
4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. So, and you're gonna take the next step, and you're going to do the same thing. So that is pretty much it. You guys got any last thoughts? Anything else you want to share?
If you know Spanish, please come.
Well, hopefully, I heard that Apple's got those new AirPod things that'll translate for you.
I'll say one last thing on that last topic, which was, getting involved. I will say, seeing somebody's joyful impact as a volunteer is really amazing, number one. Number two, the people that volunteered for the first time and the impact they've made makes them so thankful and grateful, but more importantly, they're always the ones that want to come back and volunteer even more. Like, as soon as they get involved and see what they can do and how it impacts, it's like something they want to be involved with because it brings so much joy. So I would say, if you're on the cusp of volunteering, do it. It's completely worth it, and you will see the reward of your hard work, but it's worth every single minute you give to the program.
Absolutely.
And waking up on Christmas morning and thinking 2,315 kids have presents because of us and what we did.
It's big.
Yeah.
And just like
It's
the
real big.
families that come and the faces when they see the toy that they may have asked for, and we pull toys if they got asked, like Barbie dolls, race cars. We pull them aside in the front where like you're gonna like get it, like
If they
check
request
in.
something.
We try to find it or like grab it, and we like hold it aside so that no one takes it, so then that kid can have a special Christmas with the answers and like the prayers that they've been begging for, like all those toys that they wanted, like they got it, and they knew that like this is their like Christmas. This is how they can support and like understand that people are like trying to help them, and they just want to. They're just so thankful for like the people who come in, and like if I would be thankful, like just like about how much we do and how much my family puts in their time and their effort to just make every kid have a Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say just find your local Toys for Tots distribution and get at it, because the next thing you know, you may have half the family who's involved, and I'm the guy wearing marine.
You might get an Army guy in a Marine shirt.
That's right. I mean, I'm Air Force, so and I wear a full costume.
Right? You wear dress full.
So I got full on. He's over there hiding. But in all of that, thank you so much for everything that you guys do as a family. And I know that I've been on location where we've given out toys, literally handed them to the families and stuff like that, and it is huge. And not everybody has the opportunity to do something like that, and what you're doing is so special. It is changing lives of kids around the nation, because you hand a fire truck to a kid, and then 30 years down the road, they're now a firefighter because they got that one toy.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it is huge, and we can't thank you enough. We can't thank all of our volunteers across the nation for everything that they do. So thank you guys for joining on the podcast. Your YAP Chat is rocking and rolling, and we'll go celebrate your Youth Ambassador of the Year here this evening.
Yes.
You got a big speech?
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you're ready.
Well, can I give a little speech now?
Absolutely, you
Okay.
can.
Well, so I feel like because it's YAP Chat, I should give like a little
I
advice
love
to
it.
like
Let's
little
do it.
youth ambassadors, because I don't know how many are watching this. I don't know, but if you're a youth ambassador, if you're new, or if you've been here for 3 years and you feel like you're not making that big of an impact, or like you feel like it's not really like getting the ball rolling, like every time you plan something it doesn't go your way, number one, reach out to like me or someone else who, like one of our mentors. We have a really big mentor thing this year where we're gonna help you guys and do all of that, but like any impact, like a small difference can make a big difference over time. Like that's one of my favorite things like I've ever heard about Toys for Tots, is that like even if you plan one event for your whole year, but you're doing the choice board and you're on the monthly meetings and you're doing all of that, you are making an impact because you're still a national representative. You're still getting represented through the program. But you know, like, don't feel discouraged. Like, and if something doesn't, if there's like a few step backs, like, it's 1 step forward, 3 steps back, but like, you know, you can always reach out to us. We can always help you. You have a support system, and like, you know, just keep pushing forward. Like, don't stop in the middle of the year just because your 2 events that you planned didn't end up going how you wanted them to. Like, keep going and reapply for another year. Like, maybe your 2nd year will be better. Maybe your 3rd year will be better. Maybe you'll be Youth Ambassador of the Year. Like, you know, like, just keep going. Like,
Just keep
really
pushing forward. That's
Yeah.
all you can
You're not
do.
alone.
I mean, that's literally every motto of every branch of the military,
Yeah.
right? Is just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be tough times. You just got to get through
Yep.
it, and you're going to see the sunshine at the end.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's like, don't think of like us mentors as like, you can't talk to us because like we're really cool, or like you can't talk to Mr. Mike Stuckey about if you're having issues or anything, even because they're like running the meetings or whatever. But they want to hear from you. Like, they want to see your events. They want to come to your events. They want to hear, like, they want to see it in the Facebook group. They want to do, like, they want to repost it on the national page. But like, reach out to me, reach out to them, reach out to all the mentors. Like, just really, like, like, I feel like one of the biggest parts that, like, this is kind of hard to do is, like, building the community of all of us. And you can really see it at camp, like, how we all, like, get together and everything and like that. But, like, I want to make it, like, I want, like, all of the youth ambassadors. Like, I want to meet you all. Like, you guys are, like, so amazing, and I get to see what you're doing, and I just love it. I really do. And, yeah, that's probably my advice, is just, like, there's a community out here for you, so, like, talk to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you, the Brown family. You know, and we'll see you next time on YAP Chat.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks to our youth ambassadors for sharing your stories and insights. To everyone listening, keep leading, keep serving. We'll see you next time on YAP Chat.